I was drafted on April 1st, 1969. Hot, muggy, wet, lots of mosquitoes. I mean, lots of mosquitoes. They had other critters over there, snakes, scorpions. And then we had the bad guys, the North Vietnamese and the Viet Cong. We saw more Viet Cong than we did North Vietnamese soldiers in our area where we were at. I didn't realize this until about 5 years ago. About end of 1969, they started sending our company, I was with Company A of the 3rd 22nd Infantry Regiment, they would send us out platoon-size patrols. They would just send us out. They never told us why. Go out and walk around for a while. If we didn't find anything, bring us back in. That went on until about the first part of January in 1970. There was a battle that took place. It was called Cliff Dweller 4. And it was on the side of a mountain that was right by our base camp. It's the only mountain in the area. It's called Nui Ba Din, Black Virgin Mountain. And we owned the top of the mountain and we owned the bottom of the mountain, but they owned the middle of it. And they were found to be on the mountain. And so there was a 9-day mission up there, and we had several killed from our company, many wounded, and I don't know what the actual battlefield analysis was of the mission, but February the next month, we continued doing those patrols with just the platoon, which was only about 25 men at the most. And we were sent out to this one area out near the Cambodian border, and we were out there that night, and we were ambushed almost immediately. And they got us out of there real quick. I figured this out finally. We were the cheese for the trap. And so we went out there that evening. They dropped us off, and we were one company, and we were supposed to drive towards what they called the anvil, which was 6 companies that were positioned like in a horseshoe shape. And we were supposed to drive the enemy towards them. They didn't go towards them. They turned around and came at us, and they ambushed us 3 times. And I was wounded on the 3rd time. And all I can remember that night was there was from that particular moment there was an explosion that went off near me, and it threw me about 15 feet. And as I was flown through the air, all of a sudden I felt something in my leg, and I instinctively reached down to see if my leg was still there, and it was still there. And they finally, after about an hour and a half, they were able to get a medivac chopper out there after we ended up having to take C4 explosives and blow some of the trees down so the chopper could come lower itself down in there, but he couldn't land on the ground because there was anthills all over the place. I don't want my parents notified that I've been injured back here. And I said, I want to go back to my same unit once I recover. And she looked at me, she said, you aren't going back to your unit. And I said, why not? And she said, you got the $1 million wound, you're going home. So I went from the Tan Son Nhut base. They shipped me to Camp Zama, Japan, and I was there, I want to say about 4 weeks. I was there. I had surgery there again. So now I'm on my 3rd surgery. And what happened was the 2 bullets, first I thought it was shrapnel, but in 2008 when I had my knee replaced, they had this all opened up and they found copper fragments in there still. And shrapnel doesn't have copper in it, bullets do. And the two that went through and they came out the backside, it just happens to be the major nerve bundle for the lower leg. And my leg went, the second it happened, it went numb. And I couldn't walk. This from here down did not work. There was nothing that worked. Well, number one, you can't do anything about yesterday, and you can't do anything about tomorrow because you don't have it yet. The only thing you can do is today. That's the only thing you can try to control in some shape or form. That's all you have right now, all of us.